Hello, we're going to tackle about basic of SQL, basic create table, insert and select. I just refer you to this um, notes. You can follow this documentation on what we're going to do today. So just gonna open my terminal. I'm on Mac OS, but the process is pretty similar on Windows. So the first thing is, in order for me to work with database, I have to log in by using the command mysql -u, and then I'm gonna specify the user. -u stands for user, and then root, that's the username, and then -p to allow the user to enter the password. And then for you guys, since you are using different port from the default, which is 3306, you have to specify the port. Mine is using the default 3306, so I don't have to do that on my end. I'm just gonna press enter. That will allow me to enter my password, which is 1234. Now I'm not gonna save it. Okay, so I have it there already. I Mine might look a little bit different, but basically the process that I'm gonna be doing here will just be similar to what you need to be doing in your Windows terminal or command prompt. Now talk about um, create table, insert and select. These are basically command that I need to use in order to define the structure of my table and then insert those actual data into that table and display the content. Create table is basically a as written here. It's a DDL, or a data definition language, which is used to define the structure of our table, even our database, which is sometimes known as schema. Okay, the insert is a DML, which is a data manipulation language, which is used to add, update, delete and data, but I'm just gonna demonstrate the add portion. And then the DQL, which is the select, this will be used to display data coming from our database. I already introduced that, I think, in web dev. Now let's do and create our database. I'm just gonna use create database. This is a DDL also, and I'm just gonna name it as SQL exercise 1. Okay, or maybe I'm just gonna say basic SQL exercise. I'm just gonna name it like that, exercise. Okay, what's happening? Why, where is it already? Oh, wait. I'm just gonna press enter now. I'm done with it. And there's an issue with the terminal. Never mind. Create database basic SQL exercise. If I'm going to show my databases, you will see a lot here. I'm sorry, it should be databases. Okay, SQL commands are case insensitive. I can type that capital or uppercase format. Every statement or instruction should be terminated by semicolon, similar to your Java or even C#. Press enter. I have many here, but I am what do you call this, interested in the basic SQL exercise. So to switch into that, I am going to use the command use to switch workspace basic SQL exercise. I think I got it wrong. It should be exercise, or maybe, yeah, I still get yeah. Basically, it's just set to it. Just ignore things. You may not see that on your end. Now, what I will do now is, yeah, I'm already inside it, as is indicated here, but on your end, it may not be it may not be stated with the um Oracle provided MySQL client. This mine, I took it from somewhere else. That's why you're seeing something like this, but this is not necessary for you right now. Now let me create a table. Say I'm gonna do the car table. So create table, and then table name. I'm just gonna name it cars. Okay, and then the syntax is in the note. Syntax basically looks like this. You're going to specify inside the parenthesis the list of. I can press enter and continue typing. Okay, so I can type the first column. I'm just gonna name it as car ID, or in our web dev we use ID. That's just fine. It's just fine. Okay, and then the data type is in, and then additional constraints like I want it to be auto increment. I can set it like that, meaning the value of this column will be auto populated by counting numbers. Okay, starting from 1. Then I want it to be a primary key. These two are joins, don't be confused by that. Then comma, press enter again. I'm gonna set now my second column, which is, let's say, make. So make barcode data type. I have to specify the maximum number of, maybe 20 is enough. So because there's no make, or there's no other names like Honda, Toyota that reach up to 20. 20 is generous enough. And the reason for this, the same idea applies to properly typing your variables in programming. So to make proper use of space or storage, because if you allocate more size in that, that which could end up not being used or occupied, then it's just a waste of storage. It's a way of optimizing your database. Okay, and then make is a varchar, no additional constraint. If I want it to be required, then I'm going to say not null, but is going to learn that later on. Okay, let's just define those um, columns simply. Okay, we also have model, which is also varchar, is also 20. Then year is a data type. If I'm gonna use it as a column name, I have to enclose it with backtick like that to prevent from producing an error. Or I'm just gonna use a name that do not use reserve or keyword like that, which is an int 4-digit number, and then color, just gonna make it also a varchar, and I'm just gonna use 20 also. It's not necessary 20. Okay, what's the longest name? Maybe 15 is enough, and that's just fine. And this is the last column. I don't need to add comma there. I can just close this one with additional closing parentheses. Press, and then don't forget the semicolon for this to be executed. Query okay. When you see this, it's a good sign that your query is accepted. Otherwise, it's going to create an error like I have here a while ago when I was typing this one, unknown database, typing the basic SQL exercises, okay, which is not existing. Now I have the table already. If I'm going to type show tables, I will see one table which is cars, and I can use the describe command cars. It's going to show me the structure of my table. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna insert data. This is just a syntax. So the syntax is I'm going to use the command insert into the name of the table, which is cars, and then the list of columns that I need to fill. Now I have to do this because the ID column is auto increment, meaning I don't have to insert a data for that. MySQL will handle that itself. Okay, so I'm just gonna enter make model release color. If I'm not going to identify the list of columns I'm gonna fill rather, sorry, then I may get error when I enter um, taken value for ID, which is our primary key. It will always be unique. An ID column the ID column should always be unique in its values, no repeating values. So I'm just gonna be specific and enter here the name of the columns that I'm gonna entering the data for: model, the release, year, and then color. Okay, press enter. It's not going to execute yet because it will require me to type the values, which is also enclosed by this one parenthesis. Now this time I'm gonna enclose strings by single quote or double quotation, and the values should be indicated into the order of the columns here: make, model, release, year, and color. Do not mix uh, mix it up. Should be in order. Okay, make is Honda. Okay, um what do you call that? Something that I like, it's the BRV. Okay, just gonna choose that one, BRV, and then 2025, and then color, say uh black. Let's just say black. Press enter. Oops, unknown column, release. Sorry, I misspelled that one. Okay, it's a good opportunity to use updating the table. Okay, I'm gonna show you. This is a good opportunity that I misspell it. Sorry, I misspell it. I'm just gonna use the alter table, the command. This is a DDL command. Okay, command is alter table and then the name, which is cars. Press enter. Okay, to long line, and then I'm gonna use the change column. Which column? The old column is realis year, and then I'm gonna specify the new name, which is release year, and then just copy the old definition, something like that. Now let's try if this would work, and then describe cars again, correct spelling. I can now retype the insert statement, which is the one I'm just using the arrow up key. Press enter, and then query OK, and then got it right. Now let's now move to displaying the content of our table. I can use the command select, which is a DQL command, SQL asterisk, and then the name of the table, which is cars, and you will see the Honda PRV. We can also insert multiple records in one insert command. This is just how you can do it. Insert into cars, make, model, release, year, color, then followed by values. Then I'm gonna specify here the values. Okay, the value is Toyota Vios. This is 2025. Take note, year should not be enclosed. Year and any number. Oh no, this is a number. Any number should not be enclosed with quotation marks. Okay, and even data should be enclosed with quotation marks. Okay, sorry, I forgot Vios, and then 2020, and then say white. Now I said this is a multi record insert. You call it record or row. So I'm gonna press enter again, and then I'm gonna delimit or separate it with comma, and then another parenthesis again. Actually, this comma can be added here. I just forgot it. Okay. Another is Mitsubishi L300 2015, maybe 2015, and then last the color is white. And then if you don't have any more, you can just terminate it with semicolon, press enter. I think I got it wrong. Where did I go wrong? Why did I accept it? I'm sorry. It should be executed. I think there is an unclosed string in there that there you go, that one. I forgot that. Now I can just retype this. I can just deliberately, you know, terminate it by just the one. That will create an error. Of course, there's no way to delete those. That's a problem with shell, or I mean with command prompt. You can not really edit um previously entered commands. I'm just gonna re-enter it. Okay, what I will do is I will move my cursor, which I can do it now, until I reach this um spot or point. I'm gonna add or terminate the white with a quotation mark. Press enter, and as you can see, I entered two records or two rows. There's no duplicate. If I'm going to run the select asterisk again, I should get three records already. Okay, now for your exercise, it will be your exercise. Okay, I'm gonna note it here. So for me to make sure that you would really watch my video. Okay, so the exercise, you go persons, you just read all of this, and after that you choose 10 classmates that are close to you, then insert their data into the persons table, into the table that you're creating here. Take note also here that birth date, I did not introduce that to you. It's just a format, it's just a data type date, and value is that's accepted is year, month, and then day in that format. Okay, this will be submitted. Place the structure of the table that's generated using the describe command, and also the screenshot of the table containing the classmates records, the 10 classmates, and that will be submitted in the GCR through a ticket that I will create later. That's all.